Hey geeks! Today I have another tips and tricks video for you. I was just waiting on the rain to go away, and I think it more or less has. Today's video is one that a lot of you have requested, and it's a technique for sinking a door halfway into the ground. Now this is going to require S+. It's going to require foundation support to be off as well. So just a little heads up for you guys. Now let's work this out together. This looks familiar, right? Railings on fence foundations. You will often build little fences around your houses, around your gardens, around all kinds of stuff, right? And they look great, right? Just straight up like that. Very simple, very decorative. One of the simpler ways you can start creating a yard or something like that around your house. Now, you want an easy way to get in and to get out. And a few spots on my Building Evolved village, which is this same world, hence why I am dressed like a captain. In this world, I have a few spots with some very cool looking sunken garden gates. And we're going to be taking a look at that right now and how I do that. So let's turn on the HUD and I will show you some of the stuff you need. I've used fence foundations so far, but you don't... well, I guess you need them for this process. You're going to need the S+ wooden railings and then some double doors, a ceiling and some double doors and door frames of your choosing. So the great thing about S+ railings is they create a snap point. Regular railings won't do this, but S+ railings will give you that, right? And that is the whole crux of this thing. Once that is there, because foundation support is off, we can actually remove both of these items. And this is so simple. I don't know why this is going to be like a 2-minute video. But from here, you can take a double door frame or a door frame, whatever you prefer, sink it in the ground, and then the ceiling can go away. And then you can just slap a gate in there, a door in there. Now, S+ doors have auto open, which is really great, and the double doors work really well in this context. I like them a lot. Now, we just did a wooden one there. This is actually not my favorite combo. My favorite combo is, and let's go ahead and turn on or grab the pistol so we got a little accurate aiming. And my favorite combo involves the stone double door frames, which are really cool, basically like skinny pillars, and the adobe. The adobe is really good in this role. Let's go ahead and remove that. It can be painted. It can be painted in a variety of colors, so you can make it match the fence, the surroundings. I have mine in shades of slate, brown, and mud, and it looks really good. Now, I wonder if there are better other combinations we could do. Now, one thing I wanted to show you is how you would do it in this scenario, where you don't have... well, actually, never mind. It takes care of itself. So in this scenario, you would do it in the exact same way. For a second, I thought this would be different, but you can go ahead and do that and then remove either of these. And the last one I'm curious at looking at is maybe the greenhouse glass, how that would look for us. So the greenhouse glass looks really good. And actually, guys, if you were being creative, you could probably do an entire fence out of these, assuming you have Structures Plus, which I think I mentioned is pretty much required for this. You could do something quite cool. Let's go ahead and put the greenhouse double doors here, and we'll do some reinforced wood with those. The reinforced wood work really well in this scenario too. Now, I've done this, guys, on house builds, where instead of building off a half rail, a fence foundation, half wall, and your ceilings all being at different heights, you're basically removing a foundation and snapping below a ceiling, so all these are at the exact same height. Now, how would that look? Let's grab some foundations. So you could do something like this, like this, like this. And then on top of that, we'll need a wall. So we go up like this with a wall. Now, in some cases, you're going to want to put a ceiling here to make that work. For us, we can... Oh, right, these are vanilla walls. All right, so you've got your 3 foundations. Now, these have to be S+ walls, just an FYI. They are the only thing that will stay up when you are done, because what's going to happen here is you're going to remove the foundation. In vanilla, there would be a way to do this. You would have to put a ceiling here with a pillar in it to hold things up, but then you're not going to have double doors at your disposal if you're in vanilla. So in this scenario, you can come through and basically do this as a foundation for the house, where what you're creating are boards that go in the opposite direction here at the bottom of the house. So for us, we have those here, 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 and then in this scenario, you're going to want to sneak up and switch them all to manual so that they don't open every time you go by. So these honestly make an awesome looking foundation alternative for your house. Now on the inside, it's going to look something like this. Now, of course, what you would have is you would have this, like here, here, and here. Right, and that would be the floor of your house. The ones that, in my opinion, look the absolute best for sort of in this role. And you know what? We might as well just build off an additional section here. So we'll build off with the ceilings. And I suppose that's another way you could start things, because what's going to happen here is I'm going to get some different snap points because I'm starting with ceilings. All right, let's do another version of this here, guys. Let's go ahead like this. We will come in with our ceilings, or with our walls. 1, 2, 3. Those are S+, so we can come in and remove these after. My absolute favorite combo is this, the stone, when you're talking about the foundations, and then these double doors, the reinforced ones. You can paint these in some fantastic colors. At the end of this video, we're going to head to the harbor town, where I'm the captain now, and we are going to show off some of the places where I have put this technique to good use. But we kind of got halfway into the idea of maybe creating a whole fence here, and this is not something I've ever attempted. Okay, so that's clearly not right. We want to find the snap point that snaps off this railing. It'll sit a little lower. Yep, that's it. And then same thing here. And then, well, you know what? This is going to be enough of a test section if we just go off in this direction. Okay, so now we can come through and remove all of these, the railings and the fence foundations, and then we're going to come back with the greenhouse glass and maybe the reinforced doors. We could try greenhouse doors as well. I'm not sure what's going to look best. All right, so from here, we can snap, and you're going to want to rotate snap points to find your way to these. You could create a whole fence using these. Now, if you did this with the stone, it's just going to look like little skinny pillars, and maybe you don't need to put anything in between them. Who knows? Or maybe you come back, and the thing that you want to put between them is the railing, and you hang the railing down like this, right? That's another option. A metal railing in here might look quite cool. But since we have it, we'll take a look at some options with the doors. So you could do this. And I think that looks kind of neat, but maybe the best option is the double greenhouse door. And now that that is done, obviously, if you're going to create a whole fence, you're going to choose one of these to be your gateway, leave that on the automatic setting, and put the rest on manual like we did for the house foundation version. But we come through here, and this is the fence you have created. Pretty cool. So this version is a little different. This version's kind of different too. I'm intrigued. And obviously you could do a whole fence with this. The Adobe looks a lot like fence boards, so it could work perfectly in that role. I'm really kind of a fan. Why don't we do another little section here, since this is going to be a shorter tutorial anyway, using the Adobe and the stone, because I think that combination is probably the sexiest of all of these. So let's go ahead and do this, and this, and I'll have to put these back on the hotbar, took them off, and what, come on. There we go, and remove that, and then you would come up, switch to manual, and you would go, okay, well, this one's my entrance. I'll leave that on automatic. These are just fences. So there's a few options in a very short amount of time for creating unique-looking sunken fences, garden gateways, and foundations. All right, guys, so as this video wraps up, I'm going to give you some cinematics from the harbor town, some sweeping camera angles. We've got the Admiral's house, where we use the S+ reinforced double doors as the foundation. They are painted white with the metal bits painted in gold. It's a really good look, and it makes a totally nice variation on the standard foundation. We're also going to look at the forest cabin. Now, in the forest cabin, what I did was I created the first garden gate in the whole series as an entrance there, using the Adobe painted in shades of brown, slate, and mud. And then we did that for the house, another version of the double door foundation, creating wood that goes horizontally on the house and then vertically below as the foundation, and those are all double doors switched to manual. Very cool technique. So popping up on your screen right now, guys, as I show you more of the village, is a playlist for Building Evolved, my creative building series. If you've never watched, click it, go check it out. and for my tips and tricks series, where most recently I taught you how to build a circle. So click on one of those. You can click on my Patreon logo. And other than that, geeks, thank you so much for watching. I'm UTC, and I will see you in the next tips and tricks video.